Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, even though it's just black and white, what a lovely, lovely early psychedelic concert poster from poster artist Wes Wilson, the Family Dog promoters, and the Fillmore Auditorium. And it doesn't hurt that it features the hottest band to hit the newborn San Francisco rock scene at this point by way of Chicago, perhaps until England's The Yardbirds came along with Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page on guitars about 7 months later. So, boy, I'll tell you, the Family Dog at the Fillmore Auditorium, boy, those truly are the good old days, and the short-lived days, right? The days when the Family Dog's Chet Helms and Bill Graham were getting along harmoniously and taking turns booking weekend bashes at the Fillmore. Of course, many say that, a little bit cynically, that Graham was just biding his time and learning everything he could from Helms before abandoning him and then burying him eventually on the business tip. And you know something, this very weekend here with this poster, nicknamed or officially called FD-3, this is the weekend that set up the permanent wedge between those two promoters, and I'll get to that in a second. But first, the poster itself. Wow, look at that. Upper left corner, Family Dog Presents. Upper right corner, Dance Concert in a Circle. And then the Paul Butterfield Blues Band trailing down the right-hand side, boy, touring off their first Elektra Records album and featuring a pair of great guitarists in Mike Bloomfield and Elvin Bishop. It would be later this year, by the way, that they would release their, classic landmark album, it's called, and that would be East West. And then along the left-hand side-ish, you have the Quicksilver Messenger Service, and they had two hot lead guitarists as well, in John Cipollina and Gary Duncan. But they were pretty new on the scene. They had debuted in San Francisco just like 3 months earlier, had debuted publicly. And the poster has this central figure, as you can see, of a man, naked from the waist up, with his hand to his forehead. Eric King's book on the subject states this is Bernard McFadden, the 1920s health food and fasting advocate. And as usual, in the early days of these Family Dog psychedelic concert posters, Family Dog chieftain Chet Helms would pick the photograph, and then graphic artist Wes Wilson would build the poster around that image. Then in the lower left, you've got an arrow-shaped banner there. I really like that graphic, that part of the poster is so nice. That says Fillmore Auditorium, Fillmore and Gary, San Francisco. At the tail end of the banner, in the lower left corner, admission $2.50 at the door. And then, in the, let me see if I get this just right, there we go. In the lower prong of the arrow there, it does say the poster artist, that's where Wes signed, Wes Wilson. And then finally, in the lower right area, you've got basic information, 9 p.m., Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 25, 26, and 27th. Now this original first printing of this poster was done on thick white paper stock, and so there's absolutely nothing down, no printing or information down in the lower white margin itself, and that's how you identify the first printing. All subsequent printings of this poster, FD-3, including bootlegs by the way, have something down there, such as 3 parentheses 2 for the second print, 3 parentheses 3 for the third print, and so forth. And of course, as time goes by, one always has to be wary. If you see one for sale that's got nothing down here, don't automatically assume it's original, but that's a good start. And on a final historical musical note, I always love the musical spin on these things. The Butterfield Blues Band came in and just knocked out the San Francisco audiences. They had never seen such professionalism. But Helms and his partner John Carpenter sort of knew that because they paid the band $2,500 to play this weekend. That was 5 times what the airplane was getting paid for a weekend, so holy cats. But they had such a pedigree. I mean, the rhythm section had backed up Howlin' Wolf. Guitarist Mike Bloomfield had played on Bob Dylan's huge hit Like a Rolling Stone the previous summer. The whole group had backed Dylan when he went electric at Newport. I mean, every member of this band was a monster, and it really showed. So after such a great, successful weekend, what does Bill Graham do? Yep, you've read it in the books. If he knows San Francisco rock history, he sets his alarm early, calls New York, and ties up the Paul Butterfield Blues Band for the next 2 years for his own promotions. And you know, legend has it Chet Helms, when he confronted him about that, you know, Graham had some snarky comment like, well, don't sleep in, it's not good for business, or you got to get up pretty early to beat me to things, whatever he said. But anyway, Bill Graham's empire was already being built. But a great classic poster, even without the colors, right? FD-3 is just beautiful. The Paul Butterfield Blues Band, lots of history, lots of great elements, and great artwork by Wes Wilson. Thanks a lot for dropping by today. Great fun showing you this, and we'll see you again for something soon. Bye-bye.